Welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live. Now, energy experts say the need to find alternative and sustainable power sources has become paramount. Eskom is still struggling to keep the lights on while energy costs are increasing sharply. Energy regulator Nersa has approved Eskom's tariff increase of 9.61% for the 2022-2023 financial year. That's expected to come into effect in April. The need for alternative energy has led to a push for gas and oil exploration on the ocean floors of both the west and west coasts, but has also received a massive backlash from fishing communities and lobby groups.
As we reduce emissions, communities must not be left behind as production shifts to greener solutions. The carbon tax is the main mechanism to ensure that we lower our greenhouse emissions.
A heightened awareness of the country's climate obligations to lower emissions to reach a net zero target within the next 2 decades and increase carbon taxes to discourage big emitters.
The carbon tax, along with industry-targeted carbon budgets and sectoral emission targets, are part and parcel of the mix of mitigation measures aimed at reducing South Africa's greenhouse gas emissions profile.
The transition from a heavy emitting fossil fuel like coal to other sources of energy has led to the push by government to develop the country's potential gas or oil deposits on the ocean floors as part of the Energy Department's proposed gas master plan. It's faced resistance from coastal communities, environmentalists and lobby groups.
We know that vulnerable communities bear the brunt of climate change. They bear the brunt of unaffordable, inaccessible energy. And energy and climate change are directly linked to each other.
Since last year, 2 seismic survey vessels have been stopped by the courts from conducting seismic testing to map out the ocean floor to see whether any oil or gas deposits lay hidden beneath. Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe says he'll be looking to Cabinet to provide guidance to develop the country's gas and oil resources.
If it was shared only that we're talking about, we would accept the argument, maybe it's a genuine argument. But it is not genuine if we don't talk about harassing E&I out of the East Coast. And we're not talking about harassing SABC out of the West Coast. So we're harassing every company that wants to do exploration in our seas and oceans. And if we do that, we're killing investment.
He's also warned opposing communities against using environmental concerns and legal activism to block development. But lobby groups say that this will have a negative impact on affected communities.
To look at a way of having a stronger and better relationship with the environment, something that is less toxic, less negative in its impacts.
Experts say a balanced energy mix is needed.
We all have the same goal, and that is energy security to grow our economy into the future. So how do we achieve this? We have to make sure that partnerships are established where trust and growth within the industry and the country with job creation and impacts on the just energy transition can be realized.
And that a nexus between communities and energy is needed.
One of the most difficult questions is what is most important, the environment, the communities, or electricity, energy? This is a difficult question because the answer is probably based in the roots that they're all important. You cannot take away one and leave the others. You have to have an integrated understanding of how these things work together and how they can create an economy that is stable and growing for South Africa.
But with such opposing and contentious views from both government and environmental lobby groups, the battle to establish gas as a viable alternative to energy supply is still very far from being won. Nozintombi Mia, SABC News.